Hey, sports card fans, it's John Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. I did pretty good at the recent Strongsville show in finding cards off of my 100 cards for $10,000 list. I managed to pick up 5 cards, moving my total from 10 to 15. Well, now it's back to primarily eBay for me to find cards off of that list, and recently I picked up a really nice example of the 1961 Topps Ernie Banks, making it the 16th card that I've picked up off of that list. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show it off. And here it is. I picked this one up in a PSA 5. You know what they say about Ernie Banks cards, that he doesn't have a bad looking card, and I tend to agree with that. Not many people like the 61 Topps set. It features a lot of players without their hat. I happen to think this is a nice card of Ernie Banks, and I'm somewhat of a fan of the 61 Topps set in general. I like that 2-color bottom border there of the card. Leaves a lot of room for the image of the player. Really like the overall eye appeal of this card. I know it's a little off center top to bottom, but for me, when I first look at this card, I don't notice the larger bottom border. There are some cards where I'm okay with it being off top to bottom. I'm primarily more, for whatever reason, right to left. I notice more right to left off centering, and right to left, this is spot on. So really happy with this copy. Here is the back. Let's see if we can get it here in focus. There we go. Nice clean back. Overall, very happy with this. Now, of the 100 cards on the list, there are a total of 12 different players that make up the 100 cards. And with this being card number 16, this makes Ernie Banks so far the player that I've picked up the most cards of on that list. So I thought I would do maybe sort of a summary or recap and show off the 3 other Ernie Banks cards that I've picked up so far. And of course, I'll get into the numbers behind this latest pickup. But another Ernie Banks that I picked up is his 1964. Really love that image, and the 64 set as well. There probably isn't, to be honest with you, a vintage set that I don't like. Some obviously more than others. The next one, which is one of the more recent ones I showed off, is his 66 Topps. That one right there. And then finally his 1968 Topps. If I can get that focused here. There we go. So, again, before I get into the numbers, well, let's get into the numbers for now. And okay, so back to the 61 Topps Ernie Banks. On my list, I had it at a PSA 6, and for a PSA 6, I figured I'd have to spend around $100. And if you know me, and so far these videos, you know that I don't necessarily need a 6, and I didn't want to spend $100 for a 61 Topps Ernie Banks, and I didn't. By dropping down 1 grade, just from a 6 down to a 5, all in, again, this was an auction on eBay, so all in with shipping and tax, I was in for $50. So I shaved half of what I thought I would have to spend by getting a PSA 6 for $100. I dropped down and got this really nice PSA 5 for $50. Now, how does that rank in terms of current values for PSA 5s? Well, on the low end, they have sold for as low as recently $41. The current average price for a PSA 5 is $54. And on the high end, one recently sold for as much as $80. So with this all in for $50. Again, on VCP, they just go off of what the final sales price was, does not factor into shipping and tax. So that average of 54 is probably more like 60, and all in, I'm in for 50. So I consider this, picking this up under the current VCP average for a PSA 5, and I love when that happens. I'm a bargain hunter, as you know, when it comes to finding cards for my collection. I like nice copies for as little amount of money as possible because it stretches my hobby dollars. All right, so this being the 16th card, for those 16 cards, I thought, based on my list, that it would cost me $1,400. To date, what I've spent for those 16 cards is only $765. So I am $635 to the good, which makes me really happy that I'm able to add some of these really cool cards to my collection and spend under what I had originally allocated or thought I would need to spend to get these copies in my collection. So what I would love to know in the comments is not only what you think about maybe the 1961 Topps set in general. Do you like it? Do you not like it? The players primarily without caps, and would like to know, of these 4 now Ernie Banks cards that I've added off my list, which one of these 4 is your favorite? And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.